Most people have a pension. Very few people understand one. They see a number disappearing from their payslip every month, assume it is something to deal with later, and move on. The problem is later always arrives, and by the time it does, the people who understood their pension early have quietly built an advantage that is almost impossible to catch up with. Today we are covering pensions from the ground up, how they work, who is paying into yours right now, how to get considerably more out of them than almost anyone currently does, and what the numbers actually look like over a working life. Let us start with a number most people have never calculated. If your employer matches pension contributions up to 5% of your salary, and you are only contributing the minimum 3% required by auto-enrolment, you are leaving 2% of your salary on the table every single month. Free, unearned, simply uncollected because nobody explained it was there. On a £30,000 salary, that is £600 a year your employer was prepared to give you that you did not take. Over a 10-year career, with investment growth, that uncollected money compounds into a figure that would genuinely surprise most people. The free money is real. It is sitting there right now, and all you have to do to collect it is understand how the system works. That is exactly what this video is going to do. A pension is a long-term savings account with significant tax advantages built in by the government. The core idea is simple. You put money in during your working life, it grows inside a tax-efficient wrapper, and you withdraw it from a certain age to fund your retirement. What makes a pension different from every other savings account is what goes in alongside your own money. Your employer contributes, the government contributes through tax relief, and the investment growth inside is entirely tax-free. You're not saving alone. You're saving with two additional contributors funding the same pot. Understanding that one fact changes how you think about every pension contribution you ever make from this point forward. If you are employed in the UK and earning over £10,000 a year, you have been automatically enrolled into a workplace pension. This happened without you doing anything, which also means most people never properly understood what they signed up for. The legal minimum is that you contribute at least 3% of your qualifying earnings, and your employer contributes at least 3% on top. That is a floor, not a ceiling. The majority of employees stay at the minimum because nobody ever showed them why going further was worth it. Understanding the floor is the first step. What we are building toward in this video is the ceiling. Here is where pensions become genuinely exceptional. Most employers offer pension matching, meaning for every additional pound you contribute, they contribute an equivalent amount up to a set limit. Say your employer matches contributions up to 5%. If you contribute 5% of your salary, your employer contributes 5% on top. On a £35,000 salary, that is £1,750 of free money added to your pension every single year, simply by increasing your own contribution slightly. Nothing in personal finance offers a guaranteed 100% instant return. Employer matching does, and yet the majority of eligible employees are not taking full advantage of it. If you take one thing from this entire video, let it be this. Find out exactly what your employer will match and maximize it. Today, if possible. Salary sacrifice is where things get genuinely clever and genuinely underused. Instead of receiving your full salary and then contributing to your pension from take-home pay, salary sacrifice means you agree to receive a lower salary, with the difference going directly into your pension before tax and national insurance are calculated. The reason this matters is national insurance. When you sacrifice salary into a pension, neither you nor your employer pays national insurance on that portion of your income. National insurance is 12% on earnings in the basic rate band. That means for every £100 you sacrifice into your pension through salary sacrifice, you save £12 in national insurance that would otherwise disappear to HMRC entirely. Many employers pass their own national insurance saving on to you as well, adding a further 13.8% on top. On a meaningful contribution amount, salary sacrifice can add hundreds of pounds to your pension every year compared to a standard contribution, at absolutely no extra cost to you. Beyond salary sacrifice, every pension contribution automatically attracts tax relief from the government. As a basic rate taxpayer, for every £80 you contribute to your pension, the government adds £20 on top, making it £100 in your pension. Higher rate taxpayers can claim even more relief through their tax return. This is the government effectively subsidising your retirement savings by paying part of your contribution for you. When you combine employer matching, salary sacrifice and tax relief, £100 deposited into your pension can cost you significantly less than £100 out of your pocket, while adding considerably more than £100 to your pot. That gap is the entire financial argument for maximising pension contributions as early as possible. Let us make this concrete. On a £30,000 salary, contributing 5% to a pension via salary sacrifice, you contribute £1,500, your employer matches with £1,500. Tax relief adds £375. After the national insurance saving on salary sacrifice, your actual out-of-pocket cost is approximately £1,200. Your pension receives £3,375. For £1,200 from your pocket, your pension grows by £3,375. That is a 180% return before any investment growth has occurred. No savings account, no ISA, no investment product offers anything close to that guaranteed uplift at the point of contribution. How much should you actually be contributing? The minimum of 3% is almost certainly not enough to fund the retirement you want. A useful starting rule is to take your age when you begin contributing and halve it. That percentage of your salary is roughly what should be going in total, including employer contributions. Starting at 25 means around 12 to 13% in total. The good news is the employer contribution and tax relief do significant heavy lifting toward that figure. The practical starting point is this: contribute whatever amount unlocks your employer's maximum match, then review annually and increase by 1% each year. That incremental approach is almost painless on a month-to-month basis and produces a substantial difference over a decade. 3 pension types worth understanding clearly. The workplace pension is what your employer set up, what you've been auto-enrolled into. This is your primary pension and the one where employer matching lives. The self-invested personal pension, known as a SIPP, is one you open yourself with a provider of your choice. It gives you broader investment options and is particularly useful if you are self-employed or want more control over where your money is invested. The state pension is what the government pays from age 66, currently around £11,500 per year, requiring 35 qualifying national insurance years to receive in full. It is a foundation for retirement income, not a plan in itself. Most people will need all 3 working together. Inside your workplace pension, your money is being invested in funds right now. Most people are in the default fund and have never changed it. That default is typically a lifestyle or target date fund that becomes more conservative as you approach retirement, which sounds sensible, but in your 20s and 30s, it can significantly underperform what a simple global equity index fund would deliver over the same period. Your pension has decades to recover from any short-term market drops. Taking on more growth-oriented risk in your younger years is not reckless. It is mathematically appropriate. Log into your pension provider today, find out which fund you're in, and look at whether switching to a low-cost global index fund would serve your long-term returns better. For most people under 40, the answer is yes. In the UK, you can currently access your pension from age 57, rising to 58 in 2028. You can take 25% of your pot as a tax-free lump sum, with the remainder taxed as income when you withdraw it. This is different from the lifetime ISA, where all withdrawals from 60 are completely tax-free. Understanding both accounts and how they complement each other is an important part of building a complete retirement picture. The key principle is this: pension money is long-term money by design. But it is not locked away permanently. It is specifically waiting to fund the most expensive period of your life, your retirement, when income stops, but expenses very much do not. 2 scenarios, both starting at 25, retiring at 65, same £30,000 salary, same 7% average annual investment growth. Scenario 1, minimum contributions only, 3% employee, 3% employer, around £1,800 into the pension annually. By 65, that pot is worth approximately £320,000. Scenario 2, maximising employer match at 5% each with salary sacrifice and tax relief. Around £5,500 going into the pension per year, at a real take-home cost of around £3,800. By 65, that pot is worth approximately £950,000. Same salary, same investments, same market conditions. The difference is purely understanding and using what was already available. That gap is over £600,000, and it compounds from the very first contribution. 3 mistakes that cost people significant money. First, staying at minimum contributions and missing employer matching. Every month this goes uncorrected is a month of free money that cannot be recovered. Second, never reviewing the investment fund. The default fund is rarely the optimal choice. Spending 5 minutes switching to a low-cost global index fund could be worth tens of thousands of pounds over a 40-year horizon. Third, losing track of pensions when changing jobs. The average person has 11 jobs in a working lifetime. Each may have a pension attached. Unclaimed pension pots are a genuine and widespread problem. You can trace lost pensions through the government's pension tracing service at gov.uk. It takes 10 minutes and could surface a pot you had forgotten entirely. None of these mistakes are irreversible. They just need to be addressed. Your pension is not a bureaucratic inconvenience that exists in the background of your finances. It is the most powerful wealth-building tool available to employed people in the UK, and most people are using it at a fraction of its potential. Employer matching is free money. Salary sacrifice is a legal tax reduction. Tax relief is a government contribution to your retirement. Used together, they make every pound you contribute worth considerably more than a pound. The gap between understanding your pension and ignoring it is not a rounding error. Over a working lifetime, it is the difference between financial freedom and financial anxiety in the years when you can least afford to earn your way out of it. Next week, we are covering investing for beginners, index funds, how to choose one, why most active fund managers consistently lose to the market over time, and exactly how to start with whatever amount you have available right now. Subscribe so you do not miss it. New videos every week.